Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the American Investor Show. Please click subscribe if this is your first time listening. From trader and CEO interviews to breaking news about companies you won't hear anywhere else, nobody does a better job at keeping you in the know when it comes to penny stocks. The term penny stock generally refers to a security issued by a very small company that trades at less than $5 per share. Penny stocks are extremely risky, yet they offer rates of return on investment not seen anywhere else. The host, guest, and callers are not registered financial advisors licensed by any government entity, and therefore, the following should be considered entertainment. The host, guest, and callers disclaim all liability in the event any information, commentary, analysis, opinions, advice, and/or recommendations prove to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unreliable, or result in any investment losses. Before investing in penny stocks, you should consult a professional to determine what strategy may be best for your individual needs. Now, without further ado, your host, LaSalle Anungu.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Thank you for joining me here on episode 259? It probably should be actually 260. Man, I've been having problems for the last hour. Yeah, it's actually 260. I'll get that changed. For the last hour with this camera. So I got a new camera, so I know it looks a little funky. Bear with me. We're going to eke this episode out. And again, appreciate all you guys joining me here on episode 260, American Investor Show. Who's in that building? Sinclair. What's up, Sinclair? Bad Scientist, Londale Carter, Vote for Cake, Hams Beer, DPG, Parker Mills, SC Trucker, Stockerfellow, what's up? Succeeder, Legendary H, James Cade, Life for a Business. So many people in the building. I appreciate all of you. I see a lot of people talking about HMNY. Yeah, I did see that after hours making some news. Gonna squeeze the shit out of people. That's one of our favorites to pull up here on the show. I know somebody right now is sweating bullets right now because they are short HMNY. And they're just doing the math on how much they're losing right now. I can almost guarantee you. Somebody is short HMNY right now and just, they're not going to be able to sleep. They're not able to eat. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. You know? That's how it goes. Shout out to everybody in the building. Great day overall in the trades. I mean, you know, marijuana continues to do its thing. Marijuana stocks continue to do its thing. Some of my favorites, real quick, SRNA. SRNA, one of my favorites. You know, look, this is going to 50 cents. SRNA is going all the way to 50 cents. Love SRNA, going a lot higher. Kush Bottles, KSHB, another stock that I wrote a lot about. Actually wrote an article on this back in November 28th to be exact, I believe, on my website, Advanced Equity Research, calling it a buy now at $5. This is an all-time high for the stock and going higher. This is going to probably go to 10 this year. This is probably going to go to $10 this year. This is going to go to $10 this year. There's virtually no competition when we talk about Kush Bottles. 251, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sam. What's going on, man?
Oh, what's going on with you, Anthony?
Not much, man. I got a couple of tickets I want you to look at.
Okay.
This one, this first one is DGWR.
DGWR, Deep Green Waste. Deep Green Waste is the ticker. This is the first time I think I have pulled this up. Tell me a little bit about it. What brings it to your radar?
I was just searching and on NASDAQ, what's that, NASDAQ? Is that NASDAQ OTC?
Yeah, this is an OTC stock.
OTC, yeah. I was just searching around on the web and ran across it, and I'm just looking at some low float stocks that can venture hold long term and run.
Yeah, I mean, overall, looking at the business, man, it's a legit business. I mean, they're actually operating. Looks like they're based out of Georgia, small. I won't call it a mom and pop business, but it's definitely one of those kind of small provider of these kind of disposable services or disposal services. And I mean, it's a small business and it's publicly traded. I think at this rate, let me see here. You went from 20 to 90 for a little bit, and now it's pulled back. Found a little bit of a few days of support here at 50. The volume that's coming into the stock is relatively new, so I would kind of continue to stand back and see what happens with this. But I mean, this is a real company. This is a real operating business here. I'm seeing a few news articles on it. Looks like it's a local kind of regional type of business, but it is an operating business, and they actually are performing what they say they do. But yeah, okay. It's an interesting play here.
I got about four more to run down to you.
All right.
ACOL.
All right, so ACOL. This is kind of another sketchier type play. This is kind of one of those stocks that kind of goes through a run every now and then. I'm not a fan of ACOL, but if you can catch it at the right time, but I wouldn't. Honestly, it's just not one of those ones you want to have in the portfolio because there's anything interesting in it. But, I just feel like there's better places you can put your money.
Good. I can scratch that one off my list. BMXC. I think we talked about that one before on the show.
Yeah, I think I've talked about that one. And again, I'm not hating on ACOL. It's just it's just been around for it's just a pump and dump, BMXC. I don't know the story behind this one. I know we have pulled it up here, but this definitely looks like a stock that's obviously giving away a lot of paper. It's diluting shareholders per the chart, and there's just nothing to see here right now. So unless they come out and cancel some shares or reverse split, I think things aren't going to be looking good for BMXC, at least for the time being.
Okay.
Yeah.
QBAN.
Yeah, QBAN. Bad Scientist is in the building. He brought this up last night, and he thought that this was a stock that was gaining in volume, and it looks like it was picked, and it was in fact gaining a lot in volume, and you had another big volume day today in the stock. So this is something that if you're willing to be a little bit patient and stick around a little bit, then I think you can get a nice move out of the triples, and be prepared. In fact, this is something I would buy and already put in a sell order. For example, buy it now at if you can grab some 0002s, maybe if you're lucky to get some 0001s, and then automatically just put in an order for a sell at 0010 and just kind of set it and forget it.
Yeah, I think there was the one Bass was talking about. Yeah. He was talking about if it moved 10,
right.
10.
He brought this up yesterday.
Okay, yeah. The next one is NXGH.
NXGH. I don't have an NXGH.
NXGH.
Yeah, I don't have an NXGH though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the last one anyway, but okay.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm looking
out
for.
of all the tickers you pulled up, QBAN is probably the one that gives you, the least downside risk and the biggest upside potential from where it is right now, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah. You're just going to have to be patient on it. But these run. I mean, I know the stock is OTC compliant, QBAN. Let me see here. Yeah, I mean, they're clean, OTC pink. It is current. You're just going to have to be patient on it.
Okay. That'll work then. All right, Sal. I appreciate it, man. And Keep it up, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Oh.
All right. So shout out to Anthony for the call. I appreciate you, man. One more caller, and we'll get to your tickers. 504, you're on the air. What's up?
How you doing? I just was wondering about a stock on AZFL. Can you give me some input on that?
Yeah, AZFL is it's a marijuana stock. It's kind of one of those plays where, you know, how much actual exposure it has to the cannabis industry is very questionable, but guys do like to trade this. This is kind of one of those stocks too, again, that kind of goes through a phase where everybody likes it and then it quickly loses favor. So it's at a really nice spot now. I don't know where the float is right now compared to where it was before. So that's something you're going to have to do some research on. But, I mean, this is where you'd want to buy something like that. Again, just like we talked about on Cuban, it's in the triples. You might have to be patient with it where it is right now. But this is where you buy something like this. And you don't have to go big, right? This is something, you know, you can put in $100 and where it's at, you know, if it moves and it continues to sustain itself, you can find that, you know, $100 investment triple, quadruple from where that is. But I wouldn't put in too much just because you don't know when that could happen.
You got it. Absolutely. I appreciate that very much. Thank you, Mr. Styles.
Appreciate it, bro.
Thank you, man.
Yes, indeed. All right, so let's get to the tickers, guys. Appreciate all the callers. Appreciate both of those callers. Let's get to the tickers. What's going on, Miss Mitchell? What's going on, Miss? Yeah. PRED is hitting the wall. Here's the thing on PRED, man. We've got a lot of people on the sidelines who want to get into PRED, but, I mean, they're looking at the RSI, they're looking at where it is, and they're saying to themselves, I'm waiting for the pullback. And we haven't gotten a real pullback in PRED. I mean, and the thing about stocks is that you can't just keep going up. You eventually, you have to take a deep breath. And PRED hasn't done that yet. Now, the day before, you know, we pulled back a little bit into the three teens, or yesterday we pulled back into the three teens, but honestly, it needs more than that. It needs more than that. I mean, we had game-changing. That was $2 news that got released today. That was like that was $2 worth of news. But we didn't get the action we needed because people are looking at it like, wow, man, that's great news. You know, an acquisition. But, man, the price has already ran and it hasn't pulled back yet. So they're still sitting on the sidelines. So, you know, I get it. Everybody's wants us to sit on their profits and whatnot. But, you know, we need to get these weak hands out of here. Some of these weak hands got to go. We need some people to start taking some profits off the table so we can come back. That RSI can kind of come out of the 90s, maybe even come out of the 80s, so that we can go down to go up. So we can come down to go up. Because that was $2 news. If we had pulled back yesterday to like 286, 266, 265, that news came out today, we would have been looking at a 430, 445 day, you know. But we didn't get that because a lot of money is sitting on the sidelines because we're at 95, 91 or whatever on the RSI. All right? But, look, I love the stock as much as many of you guys are who are in the stock. You know, it's a long-term kind of thing, but we got to breathe eventually. We got to breathe eventually. 646, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, it's Ken from New York. How's it going?
Hey, Ken, what's up, man?
I agree with your analysis. So maybe, do you think if they released the news before? Let me get you off the speaker. If you believe Pred released the news before, if that would have been better?
Not really, because here's the thing. It's still hot, man. At the end of the day, the stock is really hot, and RSI is a very important indicator. It's one of those indicators everybody looks at, and you got guys who are just not going to buy a stock that's up that much, you know. So I know already. I mean, you're already talking about at least maybe another 100,000, 200,000 worth of buying. That wants to come in, but that's not going to come in because of where the stock is right now. They really are looking for those, maybe 280s, 260s. I'm looking at the hourly, and if I put the 50 MA, if I put the 50 moving average on here, and it's a great place to kind of find running stocks to kind of bounce off of support, 266. I think that, that might be a nice, some people might think that'd be too much, but that would be a nice way to bounce off of. I would have loved that yesterday. Yesterday, but the stock's got to breathe. And again, I don't want to beat it up on it too much, but we got to get some of these, guys who are up huge out of here so we can keep going.
Right, exactly. Can I go to I mentioned to you before this guy Trader 53, the 000 board on iHub. He has these 000 stocks, and one he's been pounding the table on for like 7 months. ADTM, Apple, David, Tom, Mary. That thing broke out today on 500 million shares volume. Something that the rumor is a Bitcoin merger is going to occur.
ADTM, Adaptive Media.
Apple, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wow, okay, all right. I mean,
I got into 0007 today.
They got their number called. I mean, this is kind of what we just got done talking about with some of these callers. If you're patient enough and willing to wait for some of these triples, as you can see, this stock has been in the triples for quite a while. Look, it's been so beat up, I got to zoom in hard on it. It had some recent movement back in September, a little bit in October, but for the most part, you're talking about November until today. You were beneath 0004, and then all of a sudden it got its number called today. And I mean, nice move on it. Are you saying, Ken, this is where you would want to buy this? I mean, I'd hate to cash somebody out with a huge gain.
Right. Well, I got into 0007 myself this afternoon, so we'll see how it trades in the morning.
Okay.
Trades in the morning. He recently had the PTOP. That was that other Bitcoin play.
Uh-huh.
That was actually he was in a 0002.
Yeah.
That thing went to 6 cents in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's interesting. Just keep radar it. See how it trades. Trades in the morning. One more. The wheel. WEYL. I did not like. There was news today from China. The stock it popped at first to 620. But it didn't hold the gains, and the volume's light. So
yeah, the volume is too light. I mean, I loved it because it's a fun. It's named after the company out in the movie Alien. The whaling tech. It's a fun little thing that's going on here, but the volume is just too light. Only 20,000 shares today.
Sorry.
I get it. It's a very low flow, very few outstanding shares. It can really move, but I don't know. It's just they got to run a promotion or something. They got to get the word out about the company. They got to get the word out about the company. But for the most part, I'm looking at, WEYL, and people are saying, well, Sal, why do I buy that when I can just buy more Pred? You know what I mean? So
right, exactly.
Why, so that's the thing, and some other marijuana stocks that are running in a lot cheaper.
Speaking of, I want to go to Bitcoin. KODTK made a really incredible move because they announced Kodak is going into Bitcoin now.
Yeah, I mean,
so
that's basically the name of the show's tonight's episode. I mean, this was a large cap company at one time. I remember, Kodak as a kid and how popular the business was, and I remember in the early 2000s. Those of you guys who are old enough, you remember Kodak had their own line of digital cameras. I mean,
I remember.
They had their own line of digital cameras and everything. And then now all of a sudden, the stock's trading, at $3 a share, and they come out and say they're creating their own cryptocurrency coin. And I guess it's going to be a coin for photographers. I haven't, explained. I haven't really learned about what they exactly try to do with it. But it is what it is. I mean, this is what they're going to do. The stock doubled today. And it could very well go higher because I'm sure you've got some shorts in here that are just thinking that they can hold on for a little while. And I have no doubt in my mind that, some covering played a part in this as well. So, that's Kodak for you. That's Kodak for you, playing into the crypto hype.
And I wanted to mention to you, how you talk about getting into these stocks when they come off the highs. Well, the Bitcoin and the crypto stocks have come down, a lot of them, to their 50-day moving averages. So now's the time to start accumulating positions in a lot of these stocks.
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
Bitcoin's going to turn around.
It is. I mean, I'm, I don't like the fact that Bitcoin right now is still selling off, but yeah, you're right. I mean, this would be the time to kind of start picking some of these off, especially when you talk about like stocks like MGTI and some of these other ones. MGTI, if that's
RIOT.
RIOT, some of these other ones. RIOT, that one's, I mean, it does have incredible volatility. I hate the price on it, but yeah, it does
play the calls
when Bitcoin moves. But I want to see Bitcoin find a floor, and then I think that's when you go heavy into some of these other, these stocks, these Bitcoin stocks, and then try to get a 1 or 2 point move out of them.
Yeah, definitely. It's a great market.
There it is, man.
All right, enjoy. Thank you.
Appreciate it, Ken. Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
So yeah, I mean, that's how you play those. Obviously, the CEO of BTCS came out and said, he basically isn't a Bitcoin company anymore, and it's not a cryptocurrency play. So fuck BTCS, unless they unless they come out and say they're going to acquire something else, which would be shady as fuck if they did right now. BTSC, that might be something. I think if it goes below 15, I might be interested in that. BTSC. If we come here and start touching support 13, 15, I might be interested in something like that. Again, put BTSC on your radar if we're looking at support. Long Island, Long Island Iced Tea. They became Long Blockchain. They still got the same ticker, LT. That kind of sold off today, LT. Announcing that and here's the funny thing about LT. They're still keeping the sweet tea business. They pushed it to a subsidiary, but they're still in the tea business. 919, I think this is Bad Scientist. What's up?
Correct. Good evening, Sal. How's it going?
Going good. What you got for us, Bats?
I've just got HMNY. That's all we're talking about right now.
Yeah, I mean, are you in the stock? Because I really want to eventually get to your, I think the PGT-TTF or something like that.
PTG. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, but before we get that, I mean, tell us what's the news in HMNY.
Okay, so two pieces of information came out today, which was MoviePass. So HMNY is a majority stakeholder in MoviePass. They reached 1.5 million subscribers today. In addition to that, Yahoo Finance interviewed some MoviePass executives, and they confirmed that they might be considering an initial coin offering as well. Woo! So we've got crypto news. Yeah, we've got crypto news in addition to the 1.5 million subscribers.
Bats, if they actually go through with that ICO, we could be looking at HMNY back to $38 like it was not too long ago, back in, October or so, when it did that incredible multiple day run. I mean, we know how volatile HMNY is. I mean, it could very well do that again if they follow through with that plan.
I think it might actually get to 24 or 38 tomorrow, or even within the next few days.
It can do that. It can do that. I mean, they came out and they said they had 1 million people. That threw everybody off, and it went all the way to that 40 way back when. That's kind of what drove it up earlier. But yeah, you've got a lot of people who, again, short in this stock. I would definitely play this in the morning, because you're gonna have those guys who are gonna have to cover tomorrow, because the stock has been quiet and whatnot. So I would definitely want to play this stock tomorrow very quickly in the morning, because I could very well see a lot of guys having the cover here.
Yeah, I just posted on my Twitter page that the short percentage of float is at 22.7%.
Jesus. Yeah.
So it closed at about it closed at about 7.16 and then got to an after-hours high of about, I think it was 8.15. So it gained about $1. It gained about $1 in after-hours trading. This thing's going to be a beast tomorrow.
Yeah,
that's my prediction.
And we'll be here to see it. I mean, again, this is something I would definitely want to ride because this is kind of one of those stocks that when it's hot, you really want to participate. I mean, you don't have to go in heavy, but you really want to participate because you can almost assure yourself of at least $2, $3, $4, maybe $5 in one day because it's done it before.
Yep. And with the crypto news, I mean, this thing's going ballistic, in my opinion. I've got 4,000 in this one. And going back to what I said a few shows back about offerings, so I got into this stock maybe a few weeks ago and was actually caught by the offering. So I got in at $7.99. They actually came out, I believe, with an offering that dropped the price. This is when we all should have gotten in, I believe. I can't remember the exact date that was, but it dropped for a while and then slowly from about $6 or $6 and some change started edging its way back to $7, crossed $7, and it's been itching to bust through that $8 mark. So obviously, right, I'm guessing tomorrow in pre-market, this thing is gonna move. I mean, for once in my life, I think I'm actually in a stock that can actually go parabolic. And with 4,000 invested in this, I could make a good deal of change.
Absolutely. I mean, that would be a solid return, and we'll see tomorrow how the price action plays out on HMNY. Now, Bats, I want to get to your give us that ticker again, the PG.
PTGEF.
PTGEF, because I actually saw you post of this, and I do like where it's at. I mean, biotech play. I think it was a strong overreaction to the to the news on the stock dividend. I don't know why they sold that heavily against the news. I mean, that was kind of surprising. And
yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, and I think this is a buy here. I mean, I could see this, in a situation where if you have a week and a half willing to put in some money, you can find yourself up. Why not 15, 17, maybe even 20 cents here, man, on this stock.
Yeah, and I mean, right now, so PTGF is actually a holding company based out of, I think, Toronto, Canada. They actually own majority shares of Biohaven, which is BHVN. And this is where it gets a bit confusing because it's a $30 stock, and I guess PTGEF is a holding company, so that kind of protects Biohaven from any taxation elements that might be negative towards it. A holding company essentially assumes the risk. So let's say something happens with the subsidiary company. They can't actually sue that company because it's being held by a holding company, essentially.
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting, and I love where the stock is right now. I think today was nice to see buyers buying the low, so there is some accumulation happening here, and eventually we got to get these sellers out. And I think that could be as soon as tomorrow, where you'll see full control by the bulls, and this could move. I mean, this could very well go 34 cents out of these oversold levels.
Yeah, look at those lower candles and today's low RSI hammer signal. You'll see those lower shadows are basically marking 10 cents as the low. Even though you see them extending to about 8 cents or 7 cents and some change, the actual bodies of the candles are actually within about 10 cents. So unfortunately for me, I mean, I got in at 13 cents 50, but when this thing goes up, and I know it will, because Biohaven's doing a few clinical trials, I think one of them might be due this quarter, actually. We should see a huge bullish reversal in this one. And I'm hoping to trade this one. I've got $5,000 in this one. I'm hoping to trade it back up to the 50s or the 60s.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, woo, that would be a nice return, Bats. That would be a nice
not as
return.
good as your PRED return.
Yeah, well, I mean, it could very well get up there. I mean, right now, PRED, Brad, what, 200 and what? Where are we at now? 271% on PRED. But this could very well get that. I mean, three times. You know what? You're looking at 30 cents or so. So that I could see 30 cents. You know, on this stock over a multiple week situation. Yeah, absolutely. So we'll see.
And that's the plan. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the balance sheet is pretty strong. I think they have 12 or 15 million in cash with zero debt. That's always good. That helps.
Absolutely. Excellent. Well, appreciate
it, Sal.
Thank you for the call, man.
Thank you, Sal. Take care, man.
All right. Appreciate you, Bad Scientist. Let's get to the chat room. What's going on, guys? Let's take a look at the tickers you guys are looking for. BTCS needs FDA. He said BTCS needs FDA approval. Can you explain the PRD acquisition that was announced today? Well, yeah, they have a subsidiary. PRD has a subsidiary company, and they have FDA-approved products. And basically, the company that they signed today, they're going to basically use them as a way to, create a sales force for those FDA-approved drugs. All right, including some of the drugs they're manufacturing for the patents they are developing for endometriosis. So interesting story. There's a lot of things that are coming out of Pred, and it's a good story. Good story. It's going to be looking very, very nice this year. INPX, although it's oversold, we gotta get those guys out of here. Gotta get some of those fat cats out of there, so we can keep going higher. INPX up 30% today. Up 30% today. What was the news that put that up there? Will leverage blockchain. Oh wow. Okay, so they go blockchain. INPX going blockchain today. Stock actually was up 100% and it sold off. I see your high was actually 46 cents and then you sold off. Let me look at the 5-minute here. Here's the 5-minute chart, and there you go. It left a lot of people up there in the morning. As you can see there at 46 cents. Never really, able to kind of maintain that or find any support. Obviously, if you were able to catch the bottom at 32, you could have sold at a little bit of a higher price, almost a dime higher, but eventually selling into the power hour session and closing at 29 cents, practically near the day's low. Nice move, though, overall on INPX, taking advantage of crypto hype as well. Yeah, tell me when ADT goes public. Is ADT public already? 980, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up? So this is Mr. Gladness. How's it going?
All right, doing good. What's up, man?
Great. I just have one quick ticker. I wanted you to sort of break it down in that size. I just got in the show. P and Paul. P and Tom. I. E and us.
Okay, so PTIE. All right, so
yes, sir.
Yeah, PTIE. This is an interesting play because I played this one today, and again, shout out to Black Box Stocks. They, incredible signals they put out. This one came out first thing in the morning on PTIE. As most runners, you just wish you had went in even larger. I mean, this is kind of one of those things where the stock just found buyers. It just found buyers. And it's a biotech play. They came out today basically saying that one of their star candidate drugs had some positive results. I don't think it was a cancer thing. Was it a cancer play? I don't think it was a cancer clinical stage drug. Well, the cancer ones always run. I'm not sure. But as soon as I saw FDA, biotech, blah, 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 hey, this is kind of one you just had to play. It has a very low float. It's a very unpopular stock, but today incredible volume, turned over. In fact, it's flowed a couple times. 31 million shares traded, and it's wonderful, wonderful stock to trade today. PTIE. Now, is it going to be a multiple day situation? I don't know. I wouldn't say so. This is kind of one of those, again, I put on one of my favorite moving averages. As long as it stays above it, I stay in the trade. As soon as we hit it, I sell. And that's basically what happened today in PTIE. We'll see tomorrow whether or not it's a multiple day thing.
Great. Shout out to Ken and Bats. Great calls before.
Appreciate it, man.
Awesome.
Thank you, Andrew. All right. So, yeah, this to me, I felt like it was just kind of a one and done kind of thing. It's kind of a one and done kind of thing. And remember, to kind of catch these plays, right, to catch these intraday movers, because they're impossible to predict, you need a scanner. You need something that's going to alert you. And black box stocks is one of those things that you can use while you have your OTCs or your option plays that are, doing things over time. You need to be able to have things that are moving intraday that you can kind of scalp and make moves on here and there, especially if you've got trades available. And black box stocks is just, for me, I feel like it's affordable, $79 a month or whatever. It pays for itself in the first trade. And it's right there in the description. Take advantage of that, because it's a gimme. It really is. All right, let's go back to the daily charts. Get that 15 out of there. But I think it's a one-day kind of thing. All right, what's going on, Woody Wright? MCOA down 3.5% today. MCOA, really volatile stock. Last 2 days, but still hanging up there. MCOA, and by the way, New Hampshire? I hope I'm pronouncing it right. They today agreed or voted to legalize marijuana. Am I right, New Hampshire? They voted today to legalize weed. Let me verify that. I think that was, the House, their state House voted today to legalize marijuana. So I believe that moves on to their state Senate. And last I read, there's intense support for that in the state Senate as well. Now the governor, he's an asshole. He opposes marijuana, but again, the House and Senate, more than likely, it's going to be in favor of legalization, and they should overrule the veto by the governor. So we'll see what happens with that. But he's one of those kind of Republican governors who thinks it's a gateway drug and, makes black people violent. So, that bullshit. What's going on, Woody Wright? Hey, David, what's up, man? InvestorsHangout.com in the building. Best place for OTC chatter, InvestorsHangout.com. Yeah, POTN has been a monster. POTN, Ken, we should have talked about that while you're on the line. POTN, man, I promoted that stock at a penny. We went to 6 cents, stayed at 6 cents for months, and here we are, POTN up 20 to up what is that? From 20 cents. 20 cents from where we left it off at, now 26 cents POTN. Real company, by the way, real company. more or less not necessarily a recreational marijuana or medical marijuana, but a CBD play. But here's the thing, a popular CBD play. A popular CBD play that has a product that is, people actually buy. People do actually buy. And I have seen POTN products, particularly in gas stations in urban areas. You'll find some POTN products. Do I think it's going to continue to run? Man, it's obviously I would have loved to have had it at a lot cheaper. At this point now, I think it could very well go higher. It's got a very nice share structure, low float, but get yourself a discount here and see if you're willing to take the risk. But get a red day. Get a red day. Get a red day. Obviously, I'm a big fan of the business of marijuana. So, if I'm looking at POTN, if I'm looking to say, okay, who's going to go to 50 cents or higher, I like SRNA compared to POTN. Even though POTN's been a huge runner, I like SRNA better because, again, this is another marijuana play that's in the business, right? Heating and cooling, and they've pretty much again got a monopoly in the arena. They've pretty much got a monopoly in their arena as well. David said it's got too far for them to reverse, if you ask me. Yes, indeed. Legal weed is coming. Absolutely. Legal weed is coming, man. And they can't doubt the tax revenue. At the end of the day, they can't doubt the tax revenue. This tax bill puts a lot of pressure on localities because they're not going to get, what they think they're going to get from the federal government. Those are going to start coming down. Cuts are coming. Some massive cuts are coming from the federal government, and those obligations are going to have to be met somehow. And marijuana is going to be the way that a lot of localities are going to find ways to meet their obligations when the federal government starts to get serious about the deficit. And eventually that time is coming. You're going to have severe cuts that are going to have to be made. Because the deficit keeps going, but eventually you can only spend so much. WDDD, what is this? S&P 600 Research and Consulting Services. Is that what this is? Oh, no. Okay, you're looking for this one. Worlds Inc. 2.3 million shares traded. Very unusual volume coming in Worlds Inc. recently. I see some news here back in November. But other than that, don't know too much about the company. Of course, give us a call and let us know. Said the feds are getting smoked out. Legal weed in Michigan to 2018. Yeah, it's the future, man. It's the future. They can't stop it. You got a lot of guys here, mostly older guys who are just living with these ideals from way back when. But at the end of the day, money talks, and it's gonna happen with or without them. I mean, they're gonna get voted out if they keep playing around. They're just gonna get voted out, and they're gonna put in people who are gonna allow it to happen. And if they want to play those games, you can play those games. But the people will speak at the ballot boxes. FSPN, 366%, only 22,000 shares traded. Obviously, that float's got to be tight as fuck. I mean, 22,000 shares moves it up 366%. That tells me two things. Either it's really got a low float, or you just had somebody who was desperate as hell to get out of their position, and they had an order on level 2 that was just right, on the ask that was just dirt cheap, and they were just desperate. They just wanted out. So that could be that too, but 366%, nice move, but again, low volume. USEI, USEI is going through what I talked about yesterday. At the end of the day, it was a nice move out of the triples, But you got to inform people what you're doing, and you can't keep doing it on Twitter. You've actually got to, put some news out there. I see they did something here on January 2nd, of course, with the dividend, but something else. You got to give more. You got to give more. People are questioning, how much exposure does USEI actually have to the retail cannabis sector? Now, it's not going to stay, at these levels forever. I mean, you're going to move higher. You're going to move back up into the 20s. But if you want to see that, soon or in the next couple of days or something, they need to put out some real news about them taking advantage of this new retail market. Weed helps with hyperactive folk. Weed helps with a lot of things, man. There are a lot of cures that we haven't even broken the surface on that, again, that we're going to uncover. We're going to uncover eventually. That's a miracle plant, man. I mean, you can go back and read in certain books and things like that how the Aztecs and many cultures all across the world used marijuana to heal themselves. So we've only scratched the surface of that, man. That's why they don't want it to, to come out there. It has nothing to fucking do with, being a gateway drug and all that other bullshit. There's some medicinal properties that cannabis has that, people don't want to talk about. The pharmaceutical industry in particular. Lamprey, what do you mean by core? C-O-R-E. Is that a ticker or what? David said he's not going to get into the legal thing. He's made it clear that he's a cannabis card and he's a supporter. Yeah, when I lived in Michigan, I had a card too. I mean, you can just go in a place and say your back hurts. I know when I came out of the military, it was because, hey, man, I got, PTSD and all that. I did all that crap. Got cards and, But eventually I went back to work and, got tested and all that shit, so I couldn't keep smoking. Agen, A-G-E-N. A-G-E-N. Let's see here, 1.6 million. Long-legged doji. So a lot of indecisiveness going on today. I mean, that's a pretty wide spread today. 368 to 395. You got a lot of action, but no commitment from either side. No real commitment. Let's look at the day's move. Here's the day's move. Really, is where it starts in the AM. So, this is the action here. I mean, at the end of the day, not a real move here. Not a real move here. Where did you open up at? You opened up at 389. And so what happened here? Because this is where you close, but is this... Yeah, this is... Okay, so this is where you were. You sold off in the morning, found dip buyers, and then basically closed, where you opened up at. So sell off, buy, but again, buying strength was a little bit too late on AGEN. AGEN. What's going on, Cali Rob? Snoop Dogg, Mike Tyson. Yeah, Mike Tyson could end up, being rich again if everything goes right for him. If Mike Tyson, obviously now he's learned a lot, in his older age and people who to fuck with and who not to fuck with, he can end up being wealthy again if he plays his cards right. He can end up being very wealthy again. HEMP down 6% today. Yeah, you got a little bit of rockiness going on here in HEMP, but I would still like it long term. I'd still like this long term. HEMP. I still like it long term. MJNA. Yeah, all these I like these long term. MJNA and hemp. don't understand why they're selling off. You know, especially when you look at, you know, compared to some of these other plays that, you know, have a little bit lighter flow, but not as much volume. Let's say a CANN, which is a very expensive stock, now at $10 a share, showing a little bit of hesitation here at these 10s. You know, so I don't want to call it a double top, but I mean it's definitely showing some resistance here on CANN. It's looking like a short a little bit now, but again, it moves very aggressively, so I'd be very careful of shorting something like that. GSS. It's been a while since somebody's brought up some gold. It's been a while somebody's brought up gold plays. Gold had a nice run in December. GSS is a junior gold miner. Not doing much so far. 2017 hadn't been very nice to GSS, as you can see here. Here's the 2017 chart. Not too much going on here on GSS, but you know, it's got a following. Think you got some better plays that you can take advantage of in the space, but that's GSS. For example, if you really like gold, you want to pay a little bit more. I'm more of a fan of MUX. I'm more of a fan of MUX. This one too. Gold had a tough year. Finally started running again, as I mentioned, in December. But even gold, I believe, now is selling off, so MUX following through. But this is one of those plays that when gold runs, this stock runs, as you can see. But that's a better mover of gold, in my opinion. Yeah, I think MJNA could come back. I think MJNA could come back. Those are one of those stocks, MJNA and hemp, again, that people, you know, were really tough on earlier in the year. But then again, we got California, New Jersey, possibly coming live. So some things could be happening again in marijuana sooner than later. Got more Ripple at 190. NSPR. You know, one thing I can take about cryptocurrencies, they need to fix that broker situation, man. They really need to fix that broker situation. Because, you know, you got guys now selling their accounts on eBay and some other websites where, you know, it's gotten so hard to get an account. People are selling their accounts now. It's like, fuck it. I can't, you know, if you ain't got no money, but I got an approved account, I'll sell you my, what's like Binance account. You got guys selling their accounts. It's so fucking hard to get one on some of these exchanges. NSPR, nice move. Spinning top and a very long shadow. Again, a lot of indecisiveness as well on NSPR. Thought it'd be a one-day move, but as you can see here, gapped up and ran. Another stock where incredible volume continued on into the next day. In fact, you had more trades today than you had yesterday in NSPR. So let's see if it can hold that. Dirt cheap stock. Retail was all over it, as you can see here. 76.5 million shares traded in NSPR. You're talking about Redcoin. I'm not following it. I don't know where it is now. Redcoin. I think it is up from when I talked about it. But all of these altcoins, they kind of have their time. You can never really be sure when it's coming. All of a sudden, you're just accumulating, and it's a triple something, and next thing you know, everybody, you know, it's FOMO, and it just goes, you know, to Pluto. BUDZ, all-time high for the stock, $14.71. This is another stock that, again, very low outstanding shares, very low float. Is it going to stay at these levels? I mean, at this point, it's got, what, $1 billion market cap, I think, with today's action. You know, this isn't a $1 billion company. This is not a $1 billion company. So you got to be very careful now when you start getting into these levels. Now we're talking double digits on BUDZ. In fact, I want to look real quickly at the balance sheet. This is not a billion-dollar company. Not even close. Not even close. BUDZ, real quick, the quarterly report. Let me see here. Did they even post the financials? Did they even post financials? Okay, company aggregated. All right, where's the quarterly report, interim financial report? Okay, let me see this one. Real quick, guys. Yeah, it's not. Oh, damn, they don't generate any revenues? BUDZ didn't. Hold on. It's got $1 billion market cap now and didn't generate any revenues? Cash. Total assets. Yeah, no revenues. 2016, 2017. Hey, this company doesn't produce any fucking... Oh, shit. Hey, be careful, man. Shit. Oh, man, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I guess I'm confusing it with one of the more reputable plays. Oh, shit, man. Y'all got to be careful in BUDZ, man. If you're sitting in there, you're sitting on some gains. You know, those of you guys who are in here, you know, in the low 2s, 3s, sitting there laughing at your account because you're up so big, you better get the fuck up out of there. Goodness gracious. I didn't know they didn't generate any revenues at all. I mean, shit, go get yourself a private label, you know, I don't know, Vapor Sig or something. I mean, shit. PURO making a comeback today. 22% on PURO today. 16.2 million shares traded at PURO. This is another crypto stock. This company came out and said they were doing some cryptocurrency mining. Company came out today, again, with some news. PURO to receive $10 million investment to complete its cryptocurrency mining facility out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. PURO. Or Purio, or whatever it is pronounced. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I mean, Buds is a paper trade cash cow in terms of short. I mean, that's one of those things. Just set it and forget it. That is a super fucking pump, though, man. Buds is a super fucking pump. If that was a pump, that's the pump of the year. 2 to 14. 2 to 14. And that was in about 2.5 weeks. That's like 2.5 weeks. I'm probably gonna write an article on that tonight. I had no idea they didn't generate any revenues. I had no idea. And Buds has been around for a while. Buds has been a while for a while. Let me flush that shit down the drain. That's BUDZ. Now it's really gonna. Now the word's really gonna get out because, you know, the show and everything. I know many of you guys are in different chat rooms during the day and whatnot, so the word is really gonna go out now. SPPI, RKD. Tell us what you like about it. Spectrum Pharmaceuticals. Tell us what you like about it. Obviously, incredible run. What was this? In 2017, breakout back in October. This is a nice looking run here, right? From the low 4s, very nice run all year. You're kind of hesitating now in these 20s. Nice move today, up 3.5%. It's so funny you bring up Biotech because you got to respect the move at IMMU today. And when I look at IMMU, that's kind of what I look at when I think about PRED. When I look at the run in IMMU, this is how I look at PRED. This is a stock that started off the year 2017, January, $3.42. And now, you know, obviously January 2018, we're now at $16.97. And they didn't do anything, you know, I mean, obviously they, you know, just continued to grow their business, continued to put out great news, excellent management, attracted a great following, JP Morgan Healthcare Conference presentations, and I mean, that's basically all they did is just continue to grind. Now they've got a, you know, $2.3 billion market cap, and that's a ways away from where they were at the beginning of 2017. But this is kind of what I envision PRED to eventually become. IMMU. We'll see. Bets. I'm planning to hold for the year. Obviously, you know, I'm going to be in heavier at different times than others. But it's a stock that I always want to have at least something in. Of course, as long as it continues to do well, right? As long as it continues to do well. Kenny Dutton, you said they have very good management team. I don't doubt it. I'm sure, you know, incredibly experienced and they're doing the right thing. And they're not selling on shareholders. They're not dumping on shareholders. You know? Let's keep it going. What else? Say your dad owns 250 shares, Ken? Yeah, great run. Great run. DIGAF, Bitcoin play. Has anybody actually bought any crypto on their exchange? Does anybody have an account with DigiTrade? They're supposedly trying to come out with a mobile app. They recently added ETH, Ethereum, back in November. Does anybody have an account with them? DigiTrade? No? I don't see anybody saying yes, so I'm guessing it's a no. Cryptocurrency. I think if I'm correct, this is the only publicly traded cryptocurrency exchange. Bitcoin is crashing right now. Is it crashing right now? Where is it? Bitcoin USA. Oh, it's not too bad. It's down 214. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think this is where Bitcoin is probably going to be. For a while. 14, 13, 12. 14, 13, 12. Kind of one of those things. You know, you might get the run-ups to 17 here and there every other week or so. But, you know, unless you get, you know, PayPal saying, hey, we're going to, you know, because it wasn't good news to see Microsoft remove Bitcoin from their store. Because nobody was giving it up, man. Nobody's going to fucking use their Bitcoin to buy anything. They don't want to do that shit unless it's like a house or a fucking car. You know, that's why I'm thinking Bitcoin is going to be used for, the big shit. Because other than that, nobody wants to use their Bitcoin for that. For a cup of coffee or some shit like that. You know? Too valuable. It's too valuable. So Bitcoin is going to be what you're going to use to buy other important and valuable things. What else? What else we got here? Any other tickers? Let me see here. What's going on, JT? NCTY is what you're bringing up today. NCTY, the 9 LTD or the 9 Limited. Don't even know anything about this one. NCTY. Decent volume, though. 1.75. Unusual volume for that stock. Very... a lot of range on that today, too. Low of 70 cents. High of 96 cents. Left some people up there today. The 9 Limited is the ticker. NGBL. Now, I know that one. That's that Novartis Global or Notice Global. There you go. Notice Global. This is a stock that's been a runner in the past. But yeah, you're just going to have to be patient on this one. I see it was up 50% today. You're going to have to just wait till its numbers gets called. Another 000 stock that could very well work its way out of there. But as you can see here, it's been quite a bit since it's done anything, right? This is the entire 2017, so that float's got to be really, really big. Float's got to be really, really big. Verify that it is, in fact, OTC Pink compliant, and that improves your chances. That management will actually do something to get the stock running again. But until then, it stays here in the triples. Gucci said the 9 was one of your first stocks you ever bought, that piece of shit. Do I plan to buy any more pred on a pullback, A-range? On a pullback. We need to come need to come back in pred, man. We need to come back. That's why if any of you guys are up huge, like you just insane gains on something like that, unless you don't care, let's take a deep breath in PRED for a little while. That RSI is scaring people away. NDEV. 4.3%. 4.3%. 60 cents a share. Again, let me know what else is going on here. You know, my number, it's on the screen. But nice run, but I don't necessarily see why. I do see here they came out some DOJ guidance, expects no charges. What's going on? They getting charged with something? I go through its wholly owned subsidiary. Okay, all right. Oh, okay, no, all right. So the department, they basically came out and said something about what Jeff Sessions said. Okay, they basically came out and said something about what Jeff Sessions said. That's NDEV. Marijuana play. Marijuana play. The stock for tomorrow is HMNY. The stock for tomorrow is HMNY. That's going to be a monster move. We'll see how the market reacts to that. NETE. NETE, net element. Boy, that was the short of the year, you know, back a couple weeks ago. Boy, that was the short of the year. From 34 to where we are now at 11 something. But you didn't even have to wait that long. I mean, just that one day alone. I mean, that was beautiful. NETE. TXTM is, yeah, that's definitely a lottery play. SC Trucker said Pred should go back to 250. Yeah, I was thinking 260s. It's gotta come back. You said he wants some Pred at 90 cents. You missed 90 cents is gone. 90 cents is gone. 90 cents is never coming back. You can get the twos, but 90 cents ain't never coming back. What does GE? Well, if you remember, I don't know if you were here then. Oh, and by the way, one of the most exciting times of the year, earnings is coming very shortly. Obviously, the stocks I like, it's more next month. Snap and all of those piece of shits. I love the piece of shit stocks because puts tend to be cheaper than calls. So I love buying in the money puts. It's a great time. So get your money up. Get your money up if you know something about options. Get your money up because that's going to be a great time to make a nice little bag. I'm telling you, if you got $500, you can quickly turn that into $1,500, $2,000 if you play it right. If you play it right. Some solid just in the money calls or you know, if you're bold enough to go out the money but not too far out, you know, maybe $1 or $2 if the stock has volatility like that on an earnings day. But we'll talk a little bit more about that as we get closer. When I'm looking at GE, this stock is really trying to hold these 17s, right? I mean, it's really trying to hold these 17s. But it was the same thing they said about 20. You know, it's the same thing they kind of said about 20. I think you're talking about the same thing. GE is one of those stocks is probably going to single digits. They've got a big problem with what the business is. They don't even know what the business is. Is it a railroad company? Is it a plane manufacturing company? Is it electrical services? Is it mining? What is General Electric? They don't even know. And they've got to figure that out, and the new CEO is doing a good job of that. They got rid of the dividend. That's kind of what caused this, if you remember. So GE's, they eventually going to go lower. But I would buy a spread. And, just to cover, I don't know if you're into options or not, but stocks like this, that do have relatively liquid options, I'd just go do a spread on something like that. Yeah, and I can easily see GE going into single digits. Legendary, am I liking this camera better than the previous one? I mean, it's whatever. It's whatever, Legendary Eats. GE just puts their logo everywhere and just makes logos now. Yeah. GE's got to do something. They got to do something. They got to do something. Yeah. They got to figure out. I think they need either an acquisition or that can fundamentally change the way people look at their business. But other than that, I mean, I don't know what General Electric is. If you ask somebody on the street, what is General Electric? If you ask me, I can't tell you what the company is. I just say it's a conglomerate. That's all you can explain it as. MJX slight pullback today, 37. Here's another. This is just another stock that has moved very aggressively right over the last couple of days. I mean, we're talking about literally 2 days after Christmas, from 29 to 37, $10 a share. So yeah, you're gonna have some resistance at these higher points. And again, just like some of the stocks we've talked about, you're gonna have to pull back to go higher. And MJX is another one. I'm telling you right now, MJX is one of those stocks we're going to be talking, this time next year, where we're talking about something that's 65, 66, 70. We're going to have maybe another 5 or 7 more states where marijuana is legal. And the companies that are in this ETF are going to be benefiting from all of that. So, it's a wonderful ETF that you can't go wrong at right now. And you can't go wrong at long term, honestly. You can't go wrong long term in that ETF. Stockenfeller said GE is the oldest company on the exchange. I didn't know that. Did not know that. All right, so a few more stocks before we get out of here. Our time always goes quickly. SSFT, somebody bring it up. SSFT. Sonasoft. I know we had somebody bring this up yesterday. Sonasoft. Again, it's kind of running out of steam there. Volume is kind of drying up on SSFT. So hopefully you can get the volume back. Hopefully you can get that volume back. But volume does seem to be kind of drying up on that. Callie Rob, you trying to short MJX? That makes sense from where it is, but I don't see it giving back $3 from that move. If you want to short a stock right now, you might want to look at WTW. Off the top of my head, this is a stock I tried to buy options. I tried to buy some $60 or $57 puts in WTW, which is running only because one of its board members, Oprah Winfrey, is being considered to run for president. You know, that's the only reason why it's running is because, oh, Oprah. Oh, what is Oprah connected to? Weight Watchers. Oh, I'm gonna buy Weight Watchers stock. Nothing has fundamentally changed with the company, and yet the stock is up $10 a share. That is your short. That's your short. That's not going to be a $57 stock a week from now. So how you going to short your girl Oprah? Short her pump? Yeah, you know she's, I mean, I have no doubt. She's probably cashing in on that fucking move. Oh, I have no doubt. She's probably cashing in on her move. Somebody told me to bring up Dries. Dries is doing what Dries is doing. It's got to make up its mind. 574, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, man, what's up, buddy?
What's going on?
I was just wondering, not much. I'm calling from the Midwest.
Cool.
Just calling to see if you or your followers have heard of Met Builder before.
Met Builder? Is there a ticker for that?
No. I don't understand when you say ticket, but it's a multi-level that's focusing on silver and gold. Okay. And it pays Bitcoin commissions, and you can buy silver and gold with Bitcoin as well.
Okay. So, all right. So it's a multi-level. All right. So, I mean, how do you get into something like this? Is that like is it a brokerage or is it a program?
No, it's a silver dealer out of Sarasota, Florida. Mm-hmm. And then you got to pay $199 one-time fee, and then they give you a website where you can sell silver and gold retail. Mm-hmm. But then you also have to pay $127 a month, and then you get a mint state 70 graded coin from different parts of the world.
Okay. Now, are you in this stock? I mean, are you in this program?
Yeah, I'm in Mint Builder. My sign-up code's 243269, and the reason I did it was because just to, our currency used to be backed by gold and silver. You know, I got stocks as well, and I follow you. You know, I follow your show. I've called in a couple of times, but I got stocks as well. But silver is one of the most undervalued assets. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because our currency used to be backed by silver and gold, so if the currency was backed by silver and gold, silver would be like 700 now. So, there's an opportunity there long term,
Mm-hmm. Okay. I definitely see where you're getting with that. So I see with this program, do you make money, encouraging other people to get on board? Is there any you make money when people sign up. You get $100 when people sign up, and then every time on the monthly, you get $25 off of the auto ship. Everything's drop shipped to the customer. Okay. But I've had a couple commission payouts, $250, and like I say, you can get paid in cryptos, in Bitcoin, or you can get paid in silver. Okay, cool, interesting. This is called Mint Builders.
Yeah, Mint Builder. Yeah, my code's 243269. People want to sign up, but I'm thinking people should put 5 to 10% of their money into silver and gold, because nobody's talking about it right now. That's usually
I mean this is when they say is the right time to be buying silver and gold and whatnot. Obviously the cryptocurrencies have everybody's attention. But you don't think that these hard commodities are going away anytime soon?
Nope, and I think there's more opportunity. I mean, people are starting to wake up. I'm in real estate, and I mean, people got to buy something, so they buy real estate. And people are waking up like, damn, my grocery bill was $300 last week, and gas is expensive, and everything's going up, and I can't make it. And so it's a way to protect yourself. A silver dime from 1964 will buy a gallon of gas. It's God's money. So it's been around for 6,000 years. So, with the government having printed, $100,000 today ain't what it was, back 20 years ago. You know, I mean, it's still nice to have 100,000 if you can make that. I mean,
Sure.
But not what it used to be.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, all right, man. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you for that,
Yeah.
Introduction.
Yeah, keep up the good work. Sorry to be off topic. I know you're talking about Oprah and
No,
everything,
we
but
always, we're here to make money, so any opportunities,
Yeah.
you brought it to us, and I know somebody in this chat room is going to take advantage of it. So, again, appreciate it all, man.
Yeah, and you might be good at it because it's anybody in the world can sign up. They drop ship anybody anywhere in the world, and yeah, things really taking off right now. So, hey, thanks for your time, buddy.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, bye.
Yeah, guys, look, I see a lot of people in this to call it a big fucking scam and all. My man's just trying to introduce you to a fucking opportunity, man. Like, damn, shit. You gotta, god damn. People just so, look, I like, even though, if it's not for you, it's cool if it's not for you, like, but just hear the man out. Like, there are a lot of opportunities that come in my inbox all the time, bro. And 99% of them, I'm not good, but I'm going to hear the person out, just because I want to see what's going on over there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's be honest. Wouldn't you have wanted to be the number 5 guy at BitConnect? Shit. The number 100 guy down the totem pole at BitConnect, that guy's probably a millionaire by now, multiple times. 251, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, Sam.
Hey, what's up, man?
I was calling you back. I was listening to the guy just talking.
Okay.
I don't know too much about that drop shipping when it comes to gold and silver, but I can tell you this because, like I told you before, I buy gold and silver coins. And matter of fact, I got to go get 2018 the Liberty, the Liberty dollar. But anyway, I buy them every year because it's been, like you said, been around over 2,000 years. Gold and silver. Buy it because ain't nobody talking about it. Have you something tangible on hand because if it ever get around to like this idiot, the 45th, doing what he's doing, it'd be a nuclear war or Holocaust, you gotta have something to trade.
Yeah.
And if you don't have tangible gold or silver, man, you're gonna be messed up.
You're right.
Money ain't gonna be worth it.
You're right. I mean, that's very much a possibility that this world could end up getting fucked up, and you're gonna need that.
Yeah, and like you said, I don't mean to call the show and get off topic, but you do need to diversify. That's what they say about the portfolio when it comes to stock. Have your little gold on hand, because if you wanted to come get something from me, I'm gonna say, do you have any gold and silver to trade? If you ain't got that, I don't want it. But if the guys and people in the chat room, hey, go find you a coin dealer, that sell gold and silver coin. Get the American gold and silver coin because they're more valuable than Britain, Queen of England with her face on it, or Mexican gold or whatever.
Yeah.
But American gold is a lot more expensive because it comes with a premium. Like what silver is $16, $17 an ounce right now.
Yeah, something like that.
Well, you add a premium to that, that's another $2 on top of that, or $3 depending on what it is. And like you said, just get you something that just have. And if you don't use it, let your children use it, or your grandchildren. But anyway, sir, I just had to call back with that because I'm still up watching the show, man. And you have some great people call in and come on the show, man. But like I said, keep it up, man.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much, man.
All right.
Yeah, I like the idea of the coins. I like the idea of just, if you got the money, buying them solid ass, big ass bricks or whatever of silver and gold. I remember back in the day, man. I don't know why somebody convinced me to buy what was the, oh man, it was like brown. It was copper. It was copper. Somebody convinced me to buy a block of copper. I just got tired of moving into different apartments I was moving into. I was like, man, I just got rid of it. But it was a big ass brick of copper. And, living in Detroit and stuff like that, that's actually a big thing down there in Detroit. People rob people's houses for copper, and they steal copper pipes and shit like that. So copper is, one of those things over there that's like, junkyards and all that shit. But yeah, I just got tired of lugging that thing around. But I mean, get yourself some coins. I mean, this show is about money, and hey guys, if you're in some type of multi-level marketing kind of thing, even if it's not for you, I just, somebody in here might be like, oh, I fuck with that. I want to know more. Somebody's going to sign up under that guy. Do you make grills out of let's keep it going. A few more charts before we get out of here. 7-star Cloud Group, IT services company. 800,000 shares. 337. Don't know too much about this one. Decent volume though, 800,000 shares. Seems like the volume is kind of drying up though. But other than that, I mean, Doji with today's candlestick. Let's see if you get a move tomorrow. But up 3% today. Not bad. LVVV. Livewire. What is that? Livewire Ergogenics. Livewire Ergogenics. Or Ergogenics, or whatever the fuck that is. What is that? 3.3 million shares traded. 3% gain. Only a penny right now is what's going for. Again, you know my number. Let me know what this stock is about. It's listed here as a food processing provider. Food processing provider. What's the stock on Scott's Miracle Grow? I should really be in that stock, but I just wanted to see where it's at. I know it's came back from the sell-off, that Jeff Sessions inspired sell-off. Where's my Scott's Miracle Grow guys in here? Scott's Miracle Grow ticker. It's like SMG. There we go. Oh, damn, that pulled back. Oh, actually, yeah, it pulled back on almost $1. But, yeah, look at that dip buy, man. You had bought some of those 103s. All right. 103s, you're up almost $7 from there, where you were up almost $7 from there before this morning's price action. But for the most part, SMG, that's another stock that's going to be going higher in 2018. By the way, SMG. That's a stock that's going to be going higher in 2018, including PayPal and many others. Yes, indeed. Thank you guys for the ticker. All right. Got money too many places, but that's another one. You can play that, and that's only going to go higher. I mean, as states come on board, as the business of cultivation gets a lot more serious, because the industry is getting more, it's going to get a lot more expensive to get into the business. All right, and then cultivation becomes more serious. The products required are going to get more expensive. Scott's is going to be a huge beneficiary. Huge beneficiary. UCLE. UCLE? Is that U.S. Nuclear Corp? What the hell? U.S. Nuclear Corp. Who ran this pump? U.S. Nuclear Corp. What is that from? UCLE. OTC Pink. I have never heard of this. OTC Pink. It is current. Up 105%. U.S. Nuclear Corp. What are they about? U.S. Nuclear Corp is a radiation detection holding company specializing in the development and manufacturing of radiation detection instrumentation. Okay. All right, so you're telling me now 219,000 shares traded. You've gone from 35 to 205 in 3 days. 35 cents to 205 in 3 days. By the way, I got to give him a congratulations to that. That's a nice move, man. I got to give it to him. That's over. What is that? Almost 700%? That's almost 700%. That's almost 700%. I got to give that to him, man. Let me round of applause for them, boo. That's congratulations to you. I'll give you that. Even though it's a fucking pump, I'll give you that. Yeah, it's another buds. It's another buds, but I'll give it to you though. Gains are gains, man. Gains are gains. You know? I still can't believe Buds was not generating has not generated any revenue in 2 years. BUDZ. No revenues at all. $1 billion market cap now. I had no idea. You said they get the Thundercat. No, they don't get the Thundercat. It's not a real company. You say you want to give them the Thundercat. My size. MYSZ. Oh, MYSZ. Yeah, MYSZ, boy. That is not good. That one. Yeah, not very good on my size. Although we had a couple guys here who were really excited about it, but he ended up selling out. He called up yesterday and he said he sold out of MYSZ. So he's long gone on that one. MYSZ, yeah, that's horrible, you know.
You lose.
Yeah. You said flush it? Yeah, I could definitely flush that down the toilet. That's a pretty bad one. My size. P-Web. Again, just a couple more to get out of here. I know I started a little bit late, so I'm giving you a little overtime here. My size Pacific Works. Again, tomorrow stock HMNY. Up right now after hours, man. It could be 100% mover. Could very well be 100% mover HMNY. We'll see. We'll see how the price action reacts tomorrow to the news. That came after hours on HMNY. PWEB up 9% today. Has been keeping in these high RSI levels for some time here over multiple days. Even though volume is relatively low, but going in the right direction overall. So why does your toilet sound like that? John Rambo, all in on SSFT? Okay. Yeah, HMNY, I hope it's not a, man. He said a gap filler? It could very well, man. It could very well. I'm thinking this thing could go 14 very easily. It could. Maybe. Let me not get myself too excited. I could see 9. I could see a $2 move in that. I mean, let me be a little bit more, conservative. But at the end of the day, I got to give it, its respect on the incredible volatility it does have. So I'll give it $2. I can see a $2 move. I'm already seeing $1 after hours as it is. Parker Mills says it's a head fake. It could be. It could be an XGTI, right? It could be an XGTI, notorious for insane amount of head fakes this stock kind of gives. It could very well be an XGTI. Tomorrow only. Self-driving car technology company will go to 200 by the end of the year. What is he talking about? APTV. APTV. Self-driving car technology. He said it could go to 200 by the end of the year. I know we're still pretty far away from self-driving cars, but I have no doubt that's the future. I have no doubt that's the future. And, there are a lot of people who want to see that happen. In particular, obviously, companies that are involved in, product transportation and transportation business, period, right? They would love to get rid of their truckers. Every trucking company in the world, their biggest expense, besides fuel and, what it costs to maintain their rigs, if they own their own rigs, is the actual trucker themselves. So they'd love to get rid of the trucker. Walmart would love to get rid of their truckers. Every company out there that, has that little department, well, they'd love to get rid of their truckers. Insurance companies would love if people didn't drive their own cars. And in fact, you had a digital system, a computer system that operated all the vehicles. Right? Imagine, nobody ever, speeding. That'd be, insurance companies would love that. APTV is the ticker. In fact, I'll write it down because I want to do some research on it. I love the trend for 2017. I mean, it's been look at that. It's been a beast. Almost 100% gain on the year. NUGS, NUGS, NUGS. Here's another another 4-letter marijuana stock that's moved very aggressively. Now I gotta pull it up now because I'm just so nervous. Let me see here. You get excited about these plays and you find out they don't even make any money. NUGS, OTC Pink, 700,000 shares. Quick look at the filings. Let's see if they produce any income. This one was released November 2017. Did they make any money this year? All right. Market cap of what? What's the market cap right now? NUGS. Market cap of, it's got $1 billion market cap right now. Saying of January 9th, $1.1 billion market cap. Revenues of $104,000. It's got a $1 billion market cap and revenues of $104,000 for 2017. Yeah.
Get out of here, you damn nigger!
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. That's some bullshit. I think I'll go ahead and ring the bell on that. Another great episode. We'll talk again. You guys know tomorrow, same time, same place. Yeah, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. $1 billion market, and it generated revenues not even as expensive as this house on the market. That's crazy. Appreciate all of you guys as always. Definitely check out Tim Sykes' link in the description if you need to learn how to trade stocks. If you're new, If you love this black box stocks, I love it. Absolutely great way to get scans in the morning in terms of what's hot and what's not. Always catches the move in the morning. I know it's probably already going to pull up HMNY tomorrow, so I'm really, really looking forward to tomorrow's action in the market, because we know what HMNY can do. We know what HMNY can do, because I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to continuing to seeing cannabis do its thing. PRED, can we please get a solid red day? Shit. Let's get a red day. That was a $2 move today in Pred, and we only got like 35 cents. We got to get that RSI down, man. Y'all take some profits, man. Being greedy, shit. DPG, Jim Gray, Kenny Dutton, Londell Carter, Stock Z, Cash Couture, Eban R, James K, JT the Bullhead Trader, Parker Mills, Legendary Eights, Donnie the Car Doctor Harris, Jeff the Marine Thayer. Who else was in here? Kenny Dutton, Bitcoin B, Cali Rob, John Rambo, A Ranger 51, SC Trucker, Rob Stratton, Joel Kraft, Skytech, Mike Pieri, Andrew Gladness, of course, Ricardo Joseph, Gucci. Thank you to all the people who called up today. Kenny Dutton, yeah, I said your name twice now. Benny Boom, appreciate you, bro. Bat Scientist as always. See you guys, same time, same place tomorrow. Give me a call. Call in the show. Participate. Pull up a ticker. As always, same time, same place. Happy trading, safe trading tomorrow, guys. See you tomorrow, 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. Take care.